Hello, Gum Nation. I know it's been a while, sort of, since my last upload. So, people are in pretty much public isolation, as I would like to call it. Because I don't like calling it social isolation because we're not social. There's no way it can be social isolation unless you take the internet away. So, let's just get that out of the way first. Um, Second, this whole being inside and not knowing what to do is very terrifying. I understand that. Because, it's something you haven't experienced before. But I have lived it for 16 years throughout my entire childhood. With no internet on top of that for the majority of it. So I could tell you what helped me, what what I would change a little bit, to get the gist of it down. The first big thing is, you reevaluate your hobbies and you reevaluate all that you do normally. That requires only you, not other people. Like, I'm just going to throw out a few examples just to give you an idea. Photography. If you take like portfolios of people, take a portfolio of the flower base instead. Change it to where, it doesn't really involve other people per se. It may not be as easy to go overcome, but however, it's not impossible either. For me, growing up, I had Pokemon and I had a few other games I played. Since I was homeschooled and we got done at noon, that literally left about 5 hours before Dad got home. So, between that time period, for the majority of my childhood, that was whatever the hell I wanted to do, basically. So, if I wanted to play Sonic 3 all day, I could play Sonic 3 all day. If I wanted to play Sonic 1 to Sonic 3 just because I wanted to, I could do that. And when I got older, I made a schedule in my head, like, okay, I'm gonna play Leaf Green until I get to this point, then I'm gonna play Fire Red to this point, and then so forth. And I had it down to where it sounded like a business almost, except for the fact that I didn't make money or anything. But so with that being said, it doesn't really change how you act as a human, really. It just changed where you are and what you can and can't do. That's all. That's all it is. And I know it's not making not sound like not a big deal because of me. It isn't. But however, for those who are usually social and all that stuff, I know it's going to be very hard. But you see, the internet, on the other hand, can still make you sociable. I mean, if you're known as the cook among your group of friends, why not stream cooking? Maybe some of your friends would like to learn how to cook, but never had time to really ask you how you made blank or how you did blank. And they never thought about asking, but yet they wanted to know your recipe or something. You don't have to make it like a big time YouTube channel either. You can just make small YouTube channels and share with your friends. And just like what I'm doing basically, except for some of my blogs are kind of like bizarre to say the least. But I mean, that's the reason why I don't mind having my small YouTube channel, because I get to upload whatever I want whenever I think it's necessary to share with my friends, because a lot of times my friends are way too busy, and I'm definitely way too busy with my current employment, which I'm hoping to change after all this goes over. But the main thing is, try to use this time that the whole world's on a pause button. Use this time to, I would say, enrich yourself one way or whatever. It could be just absolutely nothing. Give you a chance to, take away from the high stress environments. Because for me, I mean, socializing is a lot more high stress than what you're experiencing. And, that's okay. A lot of people are going to claim anxiety. Yeah, I'm not going to kid around with that one. That's a real thing. I mean, it just makes it to where if you're told to jump, it makes you kind of question it, because it gives you time more to think about things that you do on a normal basis. Like moving from A to B. Like how am I going to get to B? I mean, is this the best way? Is this the best way? You're going to be spending a lot of time thinking about things that you do if you have nothing else to do. You're just going to be thinking about how you're going to do things or whatever. You're going to go through that, in a so to speak. The best thing I could suggest if you're in that situation is to learn as much as you can. We have the internet. We have Google. You can literally Google anything. You can YouTube almost anything and learn. Yeah, if you do like, oh, how to mow your yard or whatever on YouTube, you're probably not going to be able to do it. But, however, if you know how to do it after watching it, you have a better idea than just, oh, I'm going to just mow. You know? That's just an example. Not saying the whole mowing yard thing. But, I mean, you could take this time to actually take opportunity to actually learn something that you always wanted to do but never had a chance to do it because of money, time, whatever. I mean, money's still going to be a factor, but you can at least learn. Learning is free. That is the ultimate ultimatum. I know that some people might charge for classes, which is true and it might be valuable. But with Google, internet, as of right now, besides the internet bill, I'm going to get technical. The internet bill and whoever's sponsored, blah, blah, blah. If you do your homework, you can actually learn anything very effectively. Now, I choose to pick books just in case the internet breaks down and I have no access to internet at that point, just so I have, like, I still have my collections just for safety's sake, but that's just me being paranoid. That's another thing that's going to happen, depending on how long this goes. Your paranoia and awareness is going to go a little higher, just because you're in one space for so long that you're like going anywhere else gives you like a paranoia effect, like you don't feel comfortable. That is resocializing is going to be very difficult when you get into that phase, and that's probably what the anxiety is. I'm not an expert in anxiety, by the way. I just know the feelings, and hopefully it'll help you. The best thing to do when this all goes over, the first thing you should do is, have a good friend meetup or family meetup or whatever. Anything that is not work related or anything high stress. You want to get back to socializing, you want to be able to do it in a fun way first. And that is the most important thing because, friends, family, whatever. Anything that's not work. Because if you go back to socialization as a work environment, you're going to be probably a lot of stress for a very long time. It don't matter if it's just the first day or whatever. I mean, I recommend just, if you have vacation time still, depending on how long this is, my recommendations is go with your friends, do something fun before you go back to work and the whole, quote, routine. If you lost your job and you need to get a new job, this is an opportunity right now, like today, like now, to start looking at skills that can actually help you. I'm not referring to Dan Locke with these skills. I'm referring to anything in general, like researching the skills that you think you might want to try or do and do it that way. Trying to think of what else. If you really want to have an idea on the best subjects I recommend, if you haven't figured out anything yet, just because okay, I don't care about the psychological stuff, I just don't have anything better to do, read history. Because if you read history, you actually learn how people dealt with certain things in the past. And we as humans adapt it and, embrace certain things, change certain things, and so forth. And you go like the historian philosopher route, which is what I kind of did, just because I like the whole process of philosophy better because it approaches things that a scientific method doesn't quite do, in a sense. I'm not saying devaluing I'm not picking one over the other. I'm just saying it's different, which is a good thing. Because if everyone doing the same thing over and over again, it's just going to result in the same results. The philosophical part of everything changes how everything works in that sense. So, my best advice is talk to your friends as much as you can, just in case, anything were to happen. That way both you and your friends can go through it together, because going through it alone, physically is going to be a challenge, yes. But going through it alone, both mentally and everything else, knowing that, you're by yourself, like what I went through, is horrible. And the best thing to do is try to reach out to your friends. That's my ultimate advice. Reach out to your friends that you can. Even the friends that you don't really talk that often, say, how you doing, This is a good time to reconnect with people that you hadn't had a chance because your work, school, kids, whatever. This is that good opportunity to do that. I'm not saying mend the bad relationships or anything. I'm just saying that we're all in this together. We're all in the same boat. Some of us have to work because we provide those who can't. But the ultimate thing is unity, and we're going to get through this. And if you need help, hey, leave a comment down below. If you think this video helps you, I'll appreciate a like. And if you want to keep up with my crazy theories or, wacky videos or anything I think, if you want to keep up with me directly, you can subscribe if you want. And you might get notified or whatever. Totally up to you. I'm not here to get rich. I do this because I want to. Thank you, and God bless America. And hopefully, I'll make another video soon. Good night, Gum Nation.